Hi, I'm Summer. Welcome to today's practice. We are going to get into the hamstrings. So you may want to have a block or two if you have them. You can also look around your house, use whatever you have. I'm all about just using the things that surround you in everyday life. And with this, hamstrings can be a real stiff place in the body. So I want you to just take a breath and then exhale and relax and be excited, because when we open here, we free up our back, we free up and lighten our step, and it really gives us access to a lot of energy that these muscles can hold. So be sure to click the subscribe so you never miss one of the 3 fresh classes we release every week. These are doable bite practices. They're 10 minutes, 15 minutes, sometimes 20 minutes, but doable in busy lives. So we're right there with you, and we hope this really supports you in consistency. So let's begin. From a comfortable seated position, stretch your left leg open to the side and bring your right heel closer into the body. And in this way, if you notice that your pelvis is tucked under, do grab a folded blanket and slide it under your seat. You're going to angle yourself slightly between the legs and come forward. You could bend the arms a little or bring your elbows down. But for 3 breaths, press into the ground through your legs as if you had sandbags on your thighs, front leg and back leg, through your pelvis. Feel a heaviness in your hips. And then take your time as you rise up, and we'll switch sides. Bend the left leg in, open the right leg out. And now use your hands to turn the inner thigh down. So you kind of work your way up the leg, front leg and back leg. Just feel that refinement as you come at that angle. Either bend a little or lower all the way down. You can put a block under your forearms as well, pillow, whatever you have. And if we're getting right into the hamstring, so if it's too tight, you can bend the knee, stamp the heel down, and pull isometrically back. And that's a key feature. Anytime we're stretching in this hot spot zone, we're always going to be creating strength and tone. So one more breath here. Root your thighs, root your pelvis. And then slowly we're going to come up and come to all fours. And from all fours position, step the right leg through to lunge. You might need to pick up the ankle, bring it forward. And from lunge, you'll exhale and rock back. So quickly, if you round quite a bit, you'll just put your blocks under your hands so you can lengthen your spine. Inhale, lunge, look up, and exhale, rock back. Come on the heel, lift the toes. 2 more. Inhale, knee tracks over, center of foot. And exhale, strong hug of your leg muscles, runner stretch. Last one, look high, and we hold as we rock back. Now, move your heel forward, pick up the ankle, pull it forward a little bit more. Hands can walk out in front of you or your blocks out in front. And then just for a moment, stamp the heel deeply down. Give your leg a hug on all sides as if you're wrapping an ace bandage around. And place the right thumb in the hip crease, pull it back and tack it down. Beautiful. From here, lift your chest. Come back through the lunge position as you tuck your back toes, lift the knee up, and exhale, straighten through both legs here. Inhale, lunge, look across the horizon. Exhale, straighten and strengthen your legs. One more, lunging, and this one we hold as you exhale, straight legs. And now lift the toes so you're just on the right heel, as upright as you can. Stamp down, pull back. Walk your hands forward another inch. Imagine you're trying to drag your front heel to the back of the mat. And then bend the front knee deeply. Lower your left knee. We're going to bring the right leg all the way to table. Left leg all the way to lunge. Lunge more deeply, pelvis forward, look up a little. And then exhale, runner stretch. Lift your toes. Inhale, nice deep lunge, look high. Exhale, hug your leg muscles strongly, rock back. 2 more. Knee over center of left foot. And as you rock back, second toe more upright. So we'll keep the body lined up nicely. And this one, as you move back in space, hold it, hug in, move the heel forward another inch. Walk your hands forward a little bit. Push the floor away. With your left heel now, stamp clearly down, and as if you're dragging to the back of the mat. That's going to charge the underside of your leg where we're stretching. Hook your left thumb into that hip crease. It probably hiked up, so tack it back and down. Big breath. You're not alone. Everyone feels on fire here. We know we're alive. And then come back into lunge. Come back into high lunge so the knee is elevated. And you can see I'm on fingertips. You can do that on the floor or on your blocks. Makes more space. Exhale, straighten both legs. Reach your heart forward. Once again, lunge. Stay looking to the horizon. Exhale, legs straighten. Get a little flow. Inhale, lunge. Exhale, straighten. Hip points squaring to the front of the mat. And lunge. And this one, as you straighten, we hold, lift the toes, come on the heel, walk the hands forward a little bit further, push the floor away. Bow. And you're stamping the left heel down, dragging back. Flex and flare your toes. One more breath. Hug your legs with power. Return to the lunge, and now we're pivoting. Walk your hands to the right and let your toes turn so all 10 toes line up with the wide line of your sticky mat. Now bring your arms well out in front of you. Come on your fingertips and put a tiny bend in the knees, about 1 inch, so you can pull back through your pelvis and feel 2 directions in your spine, creating traction. Arms forward, pelvis back, creating length through your spine. Deep breath in and out. Walk the hands under the shoulders. And now heel toe your feet in one big footprint. So you've shortened your stance to about 3.5 feet. Turn the right foot in as much as you can. Then left foot turns 90 degrees, toes to the front of the mat. And here's where you're walking your hands over, either onto the floor or blocks, to square your front body over your left leg. Square your hips to the front of the mat. Hug your leg muscles in and up. Legs are straight but not locked as you bow. Ground into your heels. And then turn your fingers backwards and walk them, physically move them towards the back foot. And you can do that on the props as well. Be sure to sense and see your kneecaps are lifting up. That's a sign you're engaging your leg muscles in a really powerful healing way. Let the breath flow. Try to ungrip the toes. This is one of my favorites for opening up the low body quickly. And then place the hands under shoulders again. We're going to mindfully pivot, so we're not in a rush, but you go through center and then keep going with it all the way to the right. So your back foot turns in as much as you can without strain. The right toes are 90 degrees, and you can lift halfway for a moment as you get situated. See if you can sense that you're pulling your right hip back in space, left hip forward. Leg muscles in and up as you bow. So your front thigh muscles are strong and your kneecaps are lifting. Option to rotate the hands and physically move them towards the back foot even further. Welcome the breath here. One more breath. Get heavier in your leg bones, your feet, but draw up more through your leg muscles towards the pelvis. Bring the hands once again underneath your shoulders and pivot to that wide line of the mat. And then you'll bend your knees to have a seat. And if you were seated higher up before, you want to slide that blanket underneath your hips here. Open the legs, Upavishta Konasana. So this is like a wide standing pose stance. It doesn't have to be crazy splits at all. Make sure when you look at your toes, they're straight up and down. They're in a flexed and flared position rather than floppy feet, which would rotate your legs. And then tone your legs. Use your hands again to turn the inner thighs down. And go to your seat now and pull your sitting bones back. And now, if you're newer to this, your back is just a tighter area and your hamstrings are as well, you might stay more upright with hands behind you as if you're hanging on the beach, pressing your thighs into the sand, lifting your heart to the sun. That would be your full pose. If there is some ability to bring your hands forward and you can still breathe and keep good form, you can explore coming forward more and more. This took me years, by the way, years of practice and patience. And for some of you, bring your elbows down. You can walk your arms out and bow more. It doesn't make you a better person the lower you get. In fact, those really flexible have to work harder to hug in and create more of a boundary for safety. 2 breaths here. Ground your thighs. Ground through your hip bones, your sits bones, your heels. After that second exhalation, walk the hands in, hold behind the knee, gently bring your legs in so that you can recline with ease on your back body and have your left leg straight out to the ground, heel in line with hip. Right knee comes in. You can either clasp behind the leg low, so to the thigh area, or higher up to the calf area. Like a starburst, you're going to hug your leg muscles in and then stretch and expand out. Keep holding with the right hand, but open your left arm to the side. It's simultaneously like a barn door. Open your right leg to the side. Big stretch. 1 breath. Bring your leg up. And then bend the knee. Slide the heel across the ground mindfully to feel the heel in line with hip as you take your left leg to the chest and clasp. If you need to keep that left leg bent a little bit, feel free. Push into your hands. Breathe. Ground your thigh, your right thigh, your pelvis, your head. And then open up your leg to the left, arm to the right. Big starburst here. And feel that as much as you reach away from the body, you're drawing in. There's always movement home. With your next inhale, gather, return, and hug your knees to your chest, bending your knees. You can hold the upper shins and just gently pull in, but resist gently away. 1 breath. And then not to be skipped, Shavasana. Stretch your body long, even if it's just 5 breaths. Relax your arms to the side, soften your fingers. Take a breath, maybe sigh it out. No matter what, you have time for 5 slow breaths here. I promise you it's worth the investment. How soft can you get the last couple breaths? Keeping the belly soft. You can always press pause and stay longer, which I highly recommend. Otherwise, you're breathing below the waist of the pants, belly breathing. Take your time. Bend the knees, take the right arm over the head and roll to the right side with knees bent to the chest, heart turns to the ground. 1 deep breath. Straighten your left leg by sliding it out and use your hands to, just like taffy, peel your way up. Any comfortable seat, hands to the heart. Celebrate that you made this time, this space. Be curious and open to how these poses change your state, your mood, and support your physical body to do your dharma, do your work in life, to be joyful, to be healthy and vibrant. Thank you for being here today. Namaste.